Hello, my sweet friend. I am Cristina Arevalo, a cake decorator, coach, and teacher, and I am here to empower my fellow cake artists to unleash their creativity and unite as a strong cake community. Whether you are a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is here to support and empower you on your cake decorating journey. Let me coach you for success by setting achievable goals, understanding that managing your time and having a positive mindset, knowing your customers, and learning how to teach your craft are all as important as flour, sugar, and eggs. I'll share what has worked for me from a very personal and relatable perspective. My goal is to help you establish your presence, reduce stress related to time and working hours, and engage in cake collaborations and competitions. Eventually, you could become that featured cake artist in a magazine or teach at international events just like me. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here. So happy to be back after a week off. I have to be honest. Cake International was last weekend, and that means when this episode air, it will be 2 weekends ago, and I was so tired after Cake International, and I had no voice that I couldn't record the episode last Tuesday, but here I am with you guys today and, back on track and back with the podcast. It's happy to be back. It's happy to be back from Cake International. Was quite a good experience this year. I'm not going to go too much into that. I know I said I was going to do an episode the about it, but honestly, I'm just gonna go overall with my feedback on Cake International. Overall, it's always good to see friends and to be with them. The hugs, the laughter, the fun that we have together. I was very physically tired this year. For my point of comparison, the last 3 years, the fair, the stands, the amount of stands and products, I think it was a bit small. And I don't know if there's economy going on, Brexit. It's hard for people from non-UK products to be there. It's getting more expensive. It's even getting more expensive for us to go. So yeah, it was a bit smaller. The competition was good. We had the Chinese competing this year with amazing work, mind blowing. I actually call them the flying Chinese because it's just like they were defeating gravity. They introduced a new sugar paste where that we all bought and we were willing to try to see what it's like, because the amount of work they did, not only the amount, the quality of the work was amazing. And there were some, I have to say, there were some categories that were kind of I don't know, basic. I don't know, the work. I remember from other years seeing more wow work than this year. This year was the Chinese, definitely, and other great pieces out there as well. I competed in two categories. I got a merit and I got a bronze. I'm the bronze girl, you know me. But it was good. It was good because I actually took two pieces that I loved. I made it because I wanted to make him. They were different. Actually, some of my judge friends, after they figure out that was the work was mine, was like, that was totally different from what you usually do. But yeah, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to try out different techniques to see how the judges respond to it. I think they didn't like it very much. But it's okay. It's their judgment. They're judges, not me. I accept their results. Fine. I was very relaxed competing this year because, like I said, I competed for me, not to show anybody else. I was not expecting anything special. I was just more testing my skills and testing the things that I do to see how they will perform on a competition arena. That's all. And but I was proud of them. I really liked them. I have to say the only thing that threw me off a little bit this year was the feedback from the judges. There were some discrepancies. There were some, it didn't feel like a feedback, more like an opinion. And I don't know if I agree with that 100%. I have to invite David Close here again to ask him what what happened this year, because it wasn't just me. I thought it was only me, but then I talked to other cake artists, and they mentioned the same, that there were some discrepancies, or just like overall comments that were not very specific, or more opinionated comments that is not really a feedback, it's an opinion. So if it's an opinion, it shouldn't count for a point. I don't know. There were some things there that we were not sure about. A few people were not that happy, but like I said, I know when you sign in, I know what you're getting into. I assumed the judgment of the judges. The only thing that really I wasn't too happy with was the feedback, because usually the feedback is spot on. For me, it has been spot on, and this year was like, well, too general, too opinionated. I don't know. But overall, it was a good time. It's always a good time to be with friends, to be with the people that we're usual that we are used to contact online. It's good to see them, to hug them. I saw so many new faces for the first time that I didn't see before, and it's great to put a face in the person that you know online. Lots of pictures, all friends to meet, consolidate new friendships. I mean, there were some. There's always in this industry. There's always the diva ones, but it's fine. It's part of the. It's part of being in an art industry, I guess, I don't know, or community. But it always comes to the people that are there, and that are there for for a good reason, and to support each other. So it was a good weekend. Like I said, tiring, very tiring, but I have to be honest, I came back very tired, pretty much overwhelmed. I think somehow my expectations were higher due to the fact that it was the 30th anniversary. So I was a bit down for a couple of days after it. I don't know if it was a mixture of the physical tiredness as well, but I was a bit down. I was like, oh, like I didn't enjoy it as much. Uh, and I love teaching, for example, the demos. I love doing the demos, but it was really tiring to do the demos this year. I was at the Saracen stand and the National Sugar Art Association stand, and it was fun. It was fun as always, but very tiring. So I don't know. I don't know what was it, but I was a bit down for a couple of days after the show. I was like, oh, I don't know. I need to rethink my life. I need to rethink what's going on in the cake industry. And but after thinking and thinking and thinking, and this is what this episode is about. Um, I felt the need of going back to basics. I felt the need to look inside, or look towards your my own business, really focus on make it work, make profit on going back to basics, going back to where we all started. I even wanted to bake again. It's like I need to bake. I need to go back to decorating a cake and a cookie. I need to go back to basics, to find again that spark, that thing that wanted us to start, uh, to begin with, in this cake decorating world. So going back to basics, because that's what I've been doing this past days, going back to looking inside, looking to my business, looking into the business that I want to that I want to achieve, looking into the work that has been done on Cake Friends Stay Creative, the work that I've been doing with the Art Cake Coach, and the podcast, looking into everything. I came back to basics with business. So I decided to do this episode today, and I'm going to be absolutely honest with you today. I actually recorded a totally different episode this morning. I'm recording this on a Saturday, and it's going to air on a Tuesday. My life has been so complicated later that I have to. I'd love to record it on the same day, but I have to pre-record it before, because it's a lot going on, and there is a lot going on. So, but I have to be honest. I recorded a totally different episode this morning, very emotional, very all over the place, where I was really expressing all my feelings after last weekend. And then when I listened to the episode, I was like, no, No, it's not. This is not what you're here for. You're not here to complain. You're not here to tell people what you think it's wrong. I'm here to help, and I'm here to change the point of view to a positive point of view, because that's when I look inside, when I look in, when I look to the beginnings, that's where it got me started in the community. That's where it got me started with my baking. It's making people happy, uh, being positive, having that community spirit, having that, that push that we are together in this, we can do it. So yeah, so I'm sitting here again recording a totally new episode, and this episode is going to be focused on the business side. We're going back to basics with your business, with our cake business, and we're going to go back to what the first steps that you need to have in order to have a clear purpose of your business. So don't go anywhere, because I'm going to share some very good information, and I think that if you put it into practice, it can really give you some clarity. So thank you for being here, and don't go anywhere, because the episode is about to start. Hey, my sweet friend, if you like this episode and enjoy this podcast, there is only one thing I want from you. Please like, follow, and leave me a started review in any of your favorite podcast platform where you're listening to this podcast now. This way, this program can keep growing. The algorithm will show it to more cake artists who will benefit from it. Download the episode, share it on your social media, and tag me, and I'll gladly tag you and follow you back. I would love to hear what you have to say. You can leave me a voice message on Anchor, Spotify for podcasters, answer the questions and polls on the episode, or leave me a comment on my social media. Even if you don't like what I say, I would love to hear your opinion. And let me invite you to follow me on Instagram as at the Art K Coach, or in any of my social media accounts. I'll leave you all the links in the description of this episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Art K Coach podcast. Okay, my friends. So, when you start your business, most of us, when we start our business, we started because we bake cakes for friends, family, kids, and then one of our friends or a neighbor decided, like, oh, would you make a cake for me? And we do the cake, and we have no clue how to create a business out of this. We start charging for, I don't know, maybe ingredients, because that's the only thing we know how to charge for. We misprice, we lose money, and we get into this wheel of things that, I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. And that's all because many of us, and I'm talking about experience because that's how I started, many of us starting not knowing anything about business. Many of us start not knowing anything about how to consolidate an idea for our business and a goal and a purpose for our business. So, like I said before, going back to basics, and if I could start all over again, because one of the feelings that I had was like, I wish I could go back to baking. Maybe I should go back to baking. So, and I asked myself the question, what would you do differently? One of many things, but one of the things that I will do differently is to really face this endeavor as a business. And this has been a message in this podcast for a long time. And I came across some of the notes of the different business, because I've been taking business courses and classes in order to really figure this out in the past few years. And I went back to my notes to one exercise that really helped me get some clarity over that business mind. Okay. And the first thing you need to do in order to get clarity, or the first thing we need to figure it out, is where are we going? What is that we want from our business, or what do we want our business to be? And that at the beginning for us as cake artists is difficult because, first of all, we want to know all the techniques. We want to do everything. We want to do cakes, cookies, cupcakes, K-pops, macaroons. We want to do everything, and we want to please everyone. We think that that is the way to get clients. But actually, we get a little bit scattered, we get all over the place, and we don't get a niche, and we don't get really good at one thing. And so we're kind of all over the place. Okay. And for one person, that can be a lot. The next part of the equation is, how do I know where to go? Which is the thing that I should do? I always share here in the podcast that you have to consider several things in order to niche down. There's a whole class on niching and on target audience here on the subscription platform of the podcast. It's only $2.99, $2.99 a month, and you have access to the classes. If you can, please go check them out because it will really help you understand your target audience and how to niche your business. More and more people have been talking about, or business minds have been talking about niching down. What is the good thing about niching down? You get really respected on the area that you're working on. People would really recognize you, and you do it so many times that you get really good at it. So you can be consistent in offering a great product. So, the first thing you need to do, let's imagine you're starting, if you're listening to me and this is you. You know how to bake, you have been doing some cakes, you have been taking some classes, you're getting good at it, and you wanted to start a business. Have a list of all the ideas that you think you could be good at, okay? Like having a cookie decorating cookie business, having a cake decorating business, decorating wedding cakes, teaching. I mean, do the list of all the things that you wish to do with your cake business. After you do the list, next to that, I want you to ask you the following questions. From all of these things, what am I most comfortable working with? I already shared it here. For me, wedding cakes was a no-no. I wasn't comfortable with it. I couldn't deal with the brides. I couldn't deal with the stress. Too much for me. So that's something that went out the window. No wedding cakes for me. I focused my business on celebration cakes, smaller cakes, because that was the thing that I was good at. So which of this business represents a place that I can be good at and that I can serve well? After that, let's say you narrow it down to, I don't know, maybe from five, you narrow it down to three. Okay. So after that, ask yourself, who is each target audience for each of these ideas? Who would buy my cookies? Who would buy my wedding cakes? Who would buy my celebration cakes? Get to really know that audience. Like, create a persona of each of those businesses. And then ask yourself, am I able or capable to serve that person, to communicate with that person, to really offer a good product to that person? And keep narrowing it down. Keep narrowing it down until you get one idea. You get to one business idea, okay? And you stick to that one. I'm going to tell you something. It could work and it could not work. That could happen, but you never know until you try. If you don't try it out, if you don't give yourself an amount of time, let's say a year, let's say 6 months, whatever it is that you can spare to give that idea a try. Give it a try, see if it works, but stick to one. I'm telling you this from experience. I'm a person that tends to do a lot of things at the same time. I'm a person that tends to have several businesses at the same time, and it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on you. And I'm getting to the point, I'm being absolutely honest with you here. I'm getting to the point that I feel so scattered. I feel that I'm running myself so thin that I'm not serving 100% in each of the areas that I should be serving everyone. So that's one of the things that I took away from last weekend, from feeling so tired and so overwhelmed, that I said, this needs to change and I need to go back to basics. So that's what I'm sharing with you today. Go back to basics. So let's say you got your business idea, right? And you got the audience that you're going to serve, and you know that you can serve them well. You know that you can do a good product for these people. So this is the idea that you're sticking with. First of all, decide how long you're going to try it out. Just that idea. How long are you going to try it out to see if it works? And I want you to set a goal for that idea. Set a goal. Let's say you want to try it out for 6 months. In 6 months, you want to have at least, I don't know, 2 customers a month with this idea. And you want to make X amount of money with that idea. Put yourself a Please make it achievable. Don't think, I'm not going to tell you like many people you see online, oh, you launch this course and in 3 months you're going to get 1 million. No, no, no. No. Let's keep it real, people. Let's keep it real. Set yourself a goal that you feel you can achieve, that you feel is doable, and that's where you're working towards with or for, right? Let's say 6 months, let's say a year. You put yourself a goal, that's where you want to get. So, just by this conversation, my friends, you already have a business idea, you have a target audience and an avatar to serve, you have your skills checked because you know you can serve them well, you know you have the skills to do it, and you have a goal. Simple as that. See? We're keeping it simple here today, guys. Okay. After that, I want you to do something very fun. I want you to do a 10-page presentation about your business because I want you to have something visible that you can say, this is my business. It's sort of like a business plan, but we're going to make it into a fun presentation. You can do it in Canva, you can do it in, I don't know, Keynote, you can do it in PowerPoint, make it fun. But I want you to do that. And in the next part, I'm going to share with you what each of those pages is going to have and how you can really see your business in a 10-page presentation. So don't go anywhere. Let me tell you all about Mayatina Flexible Paste. If you don't know this product, Mayatina is a family-owned business that produces a flexible paste, vegan, halal, and GMO-free, using only the finest ingredients. It is made from tapioca and rice paste. You can model edible flowers, cloth for figures, or frills for your cakes. After drying, the paste remains flexible for months so that edible flowers and all your sweet creation won't break, giving them a nice feel and even more real look. Available in low, mid, and high humidity class, you can choose the one that adapts the best for your environment. Let me invite you to check out Mayatina's website, find out more information about this innovative product, and say hello to Maria Barna from me. You can find the link of their website in the description of this episode. Thanks, Mayatina, for sponsoring this episode of the Art K Coach podcast. Hello, my friends. I'm back and I'm excited. I'm so excited about this episode because, like I said before, I recorded a totally different episode, which I didn't like. I hated it. After I listened to it, I mean, it was very personal, but it's kind of whining, and I'm not going to be a whining person. I refuse to be a whining person. So I said, no, I'm going to change this. We need to make it positive. And now I'm all empowered and positive to share this with you. We're going to create a 10-page deck structure of, it's like a presentation. Okay. Like I said, you can do it with the PowerPoint, you can do it a Keynote, you can do it I don't know. I think we have Google Slides. I love Canva, so mine is done in Canva. What is this presentation about? This is to create sort of like a business plan that you can really see your business. So you can start feeling that sense of, I can do it, I can do this. Page number 1. In page number 1, you're going to create your branding. Okay. When I said your branding, I want you to consider the following: a logo. It doesn't have to be perfect and it doesn't have to be the final logo, but start with something that you think you would like. Okay. A logo. You're going to have your branding with what? A color scheme. For me, it's purple. So it has to be purple. And I want you to come up with a slogan for your business. That slogan has to say how you feel about your business. How do you want people to feel when they come and buy your cookies, or when they come and buy your cupcakes or your cakes, or take classes with you? Okay. So the first page, I'm going to recap, is going to be the logo. It's going to be your branding, colors, fonts, more or less what do you think you could do with what do you want your business to look like, and a slogan. That's for page number 1. Today I'm just going to name it, but stay tuned because I'm probably going to be teaching one class on how to do this thoroughly. Okay? But logo, branding, remember fonts and colors, and a slogan telling how you feel about your business and how do you want people to feel about your business. For me, my logo, I changed my logo to a more clean logo. Okay, it used to be black and purple. Now it's white with just the letters in black and a little bit of purple. I added an element that is like a bowl and a whisk with a little heart because I'm creating something positive for you guys. And the background is white because I wanted to make it more clean and easy to identify. My branding, of course, is purple, and my letters, my fonts are clean and simple as well. And the slogan, "Make it positive." Did you see the slogan? It's right there on the podcast, but probably it's really small. Probably you wouldn't see it, but it's "Bake it positive." That's the slogan of the Art Cake Coach. Now, between pages 2 and 3, what I want you to do is I want you to tell your story. When we tell the story, we are presenting ourselves as humans, as vulnerable, but people can relate to human and vulnerable. What's your story? How did you start making cakes? Why did you start making cakes? How did it all started? What was that thing in your life that made you do the cakes? Made you start, I don't know, baking the cakes. I'm going to tell you the example of the coaching and Cake Friends Stay Creative. It all started out of the necessity during the pandemic to get my community together. It was a very vulnerable moment for all of us. And I want these people to have I want my community, my cake artists to have some company, some reassurance that things were going to be okay. That's how everything started. That's my story. Short, very short. If you want to know the long story, it's in episode 1 or 2 of the podcast. So you go check it out. What are you solving? We've talked about this. We don't do necessity items, we don't solve problems. We kind of do. I mean, if somebody buys a cake from me, it's because they cannot make it. So I'm solving your problem. I'm making you a great cake that you cannot make. So, what's your story? What are you solving? What are you offering to your client that your client is not able to get by himself or by itself? They cannot bake that beautiful cake. They cannot do those cupcakes. You can make for them. You have the knowledge, you have the skills, you have the flavors. All of that has to be presented as, I'm doing this for you. I'm offering you this help that you cannot do it by yourself. And why would you do it? Why do you want to start a cake business? Why do you want to help people get this beautiful wedding cake or these beautiful cupcakes and tasty cakes and desserts? Why? Is it because you love it? Is it because you want them to have a great experience? Is it because it reminds you of your grandmother? You want to reconnect with your roots. Why? Why is it that you do it? So, between pages 2 and 3, you're going to tell your story. You're going to say, what are you solving? What is the thing that you're giving that your customer cannot get by itself? And why would you solve it? Why would you take the time to create this beautiful cake for somebody? What is your reason behind your business? Okay, let's move on to page number 4. In page number 4, you're going to research. In this one, you're going to research information to believe that your business is a lucrative opportunity. What? You're going to go online and you're going to go around your neighborhood and you're going to go around your town. You're going to see other people who does cakes or have cupcakes parlors or does wedding cakes. Is this a business that can grow? Is this a business that can be lucrative and profitable? Is this a business that is worth taking all my time and energy and being part of and been working on that. Um, before you start, do that before you start, because we never did that at the beginning. We just start, doing cake after cake after cake, and we never stop to think, is this really profitable? Then we do another thing. We keep buying stuff. We can buy new, new pans, new cookie cutters, new nozzles, new whatever. And we spend a lot of money and we don't get anything in return. So make sure, or research, do the math. Very important. That's what you're going to do on page 4. You're going to research around and you're going to do the math and really see if your business idea, the one that you have in mind, is lucrative. It doesn't have to be extra lucrative, but it has to make money. At least to start, it has to make money. So don't deceive yourself to think, oh, well, it will eventually. No. Can you really start making some money with your business, at least to cut even at the beginning? Okay. And also put yourself a date of how long you want to be cutting even and how long. I mean, you should be getting profit anyway. But usually when you start a business, people start a business at the beginning, cutting even is a blessing. But you have to aim for profit. Always aim for profit. So that will be page number 4. In page number 5 and 6, between those 2 pages, you're going to see what's out there. You're going to do a market research of what is out there, what is people offering. And then you're going to research what are they missing, or what haven't they seen on the same business that you want to create that you can add into your business to make it different. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes in this business, only client care and personality is enough to set you apart from other business. Okay? The product is the same. The prices are pretty much the same. The ingredients are pretty much the same. But how you care about your customer, how you present yourself, how you deal with your customer and with your social media and with everything else, how your personality, that could make a difference. So look at the other people who are doing the same that you are, not for competition. We're not competing with anybody. We're doing a market research so we can set ourselves apart and have something different to offer. That's all. Okay. You're going to do that between pages 5 and 6. Now, pages 7, 8, and 9. I want you to take that unique selling point, that thing that makes you different of what you do, and work on that. If it's your personality, if it's how you care about your client, could be your packaging, could be your delivery method, anything. And I want you to develop that. How you're going to do it, why you're going to do it, in which way you're going to do it differently, how you're going to keep it consistent throughout all your products to all of your clients, so that can be something that represents your brand. I also want you to write about, or to develop the idea on how is it that your solution is going to be better than what already is existing in the market. How are you going to solve that problem? Specifically, how are you going to solve the problem? Remember, when we go back to a slide, I think it was a slide 2 or 3, it's not really a problem. I'm offering a product that my client cannot do itself. So why and how you're going to do it, right? And why you have the expertise and the knowledge to do it. Okay? You really have to not only say you're going to do it, you have to make sure that you have the knowledge and you have the expertise and you have the skill to do what you're offering that you're going to do. Because one thing that can set your business apart for the good things or for the bad things is when you are consistent in the skill or in the level of the product that you're using or that you're offering. Okay, so think about that. But in these 3 pages, I really want you to write, develop your ideas, talk about it, see it from different points of view, so you will really say, I do have the skill for that. In the final page, page number 10, I want you to write an email where people can contact you, okay, or any other contact method. A lot of people uses messengers, WhatsApps. Make it professional. An email and a phone number is always professional. And I want you to sit down and be grateful for all that you wrote. Be grateful, like write some sentences, being grateful of for everything that you're putting out to the universe, to the world, to the business world in this project. Be grateful of the knowledge and the skill that you have. Be grateful to those future clients who are going to trust you with your product, trust you to give them your products, or to buy from you. Be grateful to yourself for taking the time and the effort to wanted to create a business. Do that grateful mindset exercise, because that will set you in the right tone to start your business. Don't go back. Don't go back. No, don't go anywhere and come back, please. Don't go anywhere, because in the next part, I'm going to explain why this is important to do and what are you going to do with this 10-page deck structure that we're creating for our business. Hello, my sweet friend. Let me invite you to subscribe to the Art K Coach podcast exclusive content platform. By becoming a member, you'll get exclusive monthly content and access to audio classes and workshops on goal setting, time management, social media posting, pricing mindset, and teaching. Get access to exclusive bonus content for only €2.99 a month. Check out the link to subscription platform on the description of this episode. Let me help you on your cake journey and coach you for success here at the Art Cake Coach podcast. Okay, my friends, I'm back. What are you going to do with this 10-page deck that you just structure? I'm not making this up. This is not my creation. I learned this from business classes, okay? This is a way of structuring some sort of business plan and business idea so you can really get clear on where you are going and how you're going to work. So, just like that, with this, you have created some sort of business plan, okay? It's not really a business plan because you're not talking numbers, you're not talking where do you want to be, milestones, investments, none of that. But you're creating a business plan for your idea. You're creating a physical reference to where you want your business, what is your business about, and where you want it to go. So, what do I do with this? After I finish this, I want you to take it and show it to some random people, friends, family. Well, the problem with friends and families, they're always nice. If you know somebody in the industry, show it to them. If you know, if you have that friend that will tell you the truth and nothing but the truth, show it to this person, because it's good that somebody with a different set of eyes see it and give you feedback. Search for feedback. We can get very delusional with our ideas. So show it to people so you can get a true, honest feedback of your idea. That will help you validate that idea. Okay, that will help you validate that yes, this is something I can work on, or not really. So if it's not, you know what you're going to do? You're going to go back to the first 3 or 4 ideas you had, and you're going to create your deck for the next idea and see if that one works. Okay, so you need to validate your idea, you need to get feedback. Then you're going to sit down and you're going to do numbers. Okay, we can do a full episode on this part. We will. Don't worry, we will. But you have to sit down and see numbers. Not only how much you're going to charge, but how much do you need to start. And once you know how much you need to start, you are going to decide where you're going to get that money. Do you have it? Do you have to work for it? Are you going to ask somebody to loan it for you to you? Are you going to ask for a business investment? Are you going to ask the bank for a loan? Are you going to ask your rich aunt to lend you money? I don't know what you're going to do, but you need to figure out not only how much you're going to make, but how much you need to start your business the right way. Okay, because we don't count on that. We don't count on how many things we need to buy. We don't count on creating a website. We don't count on, I don't know, insurance. We don't count on, I don't know, so many things, licenses, so many things that we need to pay when we start a business, and we need to have that money. Then, of course, you're going to move into your pricing. You're going to move into the selling part, how much you're going to charge for your product. Do the math thoroughly. We have an episode here. No, it's on the subscription channel. We have an episode about money mindset, but there is coming a series on pricing. However, we have two very special guests to have talked about pricing here. Go check it out, the episodes on pricing, because it's very important that you price even your hours. Okay, price everything that you do. Then you're going to start your business. When you start your business, be your business, right? Be that you describe, that person, that unique selling point. Be that for your customer. Be that for, if you're working with some other people, with the people that you're working with. Be that on, you have to embrace that personality even on your packaging, on your cakes, on everything that you do, because you want to set a culture. You want to set a personality to your business, because believe me, people buy that. People don't just buy cakes. People buy the experience. People buy the personality. People buy what they feel, how they feel when they get those cakes or cookies or cupcakes or whatever it is that you do. And go for it. Go for it 100%. Give it a try. You set yourself some time. Work on that time frame. Organize your time, goal setting, time management. Remember, I'm here for that. Give it a try. If you set 6 months and in those 6 months this doesn't work, sit down, rephrase everything. Study that 10 deck structure that you did. Go back, check it out. What worked? What didn't work? Can I restructure it? Can I, change it? Can I adapt it? Or this is not really working. I'm going to set it aside and I'm going to start a different path. Be honest with yourself, but give yourself a time frame to make it work. And just like that, my friends, you have started a business. Hopefully, a very organized business with set goals and milestones, and even better, profitable. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to share a way to start over, to start from scratch, and to start the best way possible. As your K coach, I am here to help you. If you want to go a little bit further in your journey to organize your time, set clear goals, maybe teach, work on your mindset, or set a roadmap for results, especially for results and success, I am here for you. Why don't you book a free discovery call with me? I will be leaving the links here in this episode so we can chat, we can talk about what you really need, and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. Remember, I have just one mission in this cake world. First is to unite the cake community as one, and to make you, my cake artist, my sweet friend, understand the importance of investing in you. Like I said, I will be leaving the links here in the description of this episode so you can book a 30 minutes free discovery call with me. And just remember, in case nobody said this to you today, I do appreciate you and I want you to stay safe and stay creative. And before we go, I want to share with you some tips that one of my business teachers shared with me a long time ago. Very, I'm going to go. I'm just going to name those tips, but I think there are things in here that are very interesting to take into consideration when starting a new business. Is innovate. Always innovate. What can I do different? Like I said, it could be even your personality, but what can be different for me or for my business to set me apart from the rest? So be innovative, be Be you, be you. I always say it. Nobody's you. So be you in your business. Be disruptive. Show things in a different perspective. It's like, see the market, see where everything is going, see what everybody's doing. You can do it, but at some point, do it something different. Go and, you know, put everything upside down. When I started the coaching business, it was when I started Cake Friends Stay Creative, it was disruptive. Nobody was expecting that. Nobody saw it coming, and look how good it turned out to be. It could have been a flop. It could have, but it wasn't, and I would never know it if I didn't just go with my guts and do something disruptive, which was creating a different group from everything that was there with a different tone, with a different idea, just for the sake of creating a community, not wanting to make profit out of it. And it has grown. And it has not only grown, it has given me all the opportunities that I have now. Be true, be true, be yourself. Do not be anything else. Do not try to copycat anybody. Like Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues. Follow those clues. Learn from the people who has succeed, but do not copycat. Be you. Okay. You cannot keep up with being something that you're not, and your clients are going to see it. So don't do it. Just be you. Know your competition. No competition in the nice way. Okay. I think competition is healthy. I think there is room for everyone, but know what others are doing and how they're doing it. So you can either do it differently or do it better. Okay. So, but don't copycat. Again, not copycat. And understand your target audience, understand the consumer, the world they're living. What would they, because sometimes we have these great ideas like, oh, um I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna be very honest. Confession time, here in the podcast. I started this coaching business because i I saw a need for my community to understand the importance of time management and the importance of goal setting when starting a cake business. I saw it. The thing is, my community hasn't seen it yet. So I understood my clients, or I understood my target audience, but I didn't really knew my target audience. And due to the hard economic times we're living, it has been hard to actually make people invest on this because maybe I need to buy another cookie cutter, but not a time management course. They don't see the importance yet. So when I started, because I have other jobs and I do make money from other side, but when I started, I realized there still was something missing that I didn't see. So what did I do? I started to re-educate my audience. That's what I've been doing all this time with the podcast, with the group, re-educating my target audience, which is cake artists, to understand how important it is to invest on this. And it has been paying off little by little. It has been paying off, but you don't have to wait to do it like me and wait until you're ready to settle and you're ready with your business going. You can really understand your audience before. What are they really willing to pay for? What are they really going to take the time to go and check online and to buy from you? Because that could be make it or break it of your business, especially if this is your only business. This is where you're making money. And that's it, my friends. That's it. With this, I'm so proud of this episode today. I'm so happy I changed it. Like I said, I wanted to leave you with a positive note. I wanted to leave you with something useful that you can take home and you can work on it. And if you're going to do your 10-page deck presentation, and if you need any help, just let me know in the comments. Let me know on here on the podcast, or send me a DM on the social media. I will gladly help you, and we can sit down. Remember, you can always book a free discovery call with me, and we can sit down and talk about this. And I really hope this episode can help you to get some clarity on what do you want for your business. And if you already have a business, to go back to basics and to review everything that you've been doing and try to make it even more profitable than it already is. And with this, my friends, I say goodbye as I always say goodbye. Stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you next time.